I beat D, Dr. Frizzle, Dr. Frizzle Frost. And we're about to talk a little bit, what we're about to, I said, a little bit about the Stepdaughter. It's on Tubi. I watched it. Amazing movie. And you know, I break down the movie and I base it off of real life. So let's suit up. Let's get ready for surgery.
It's Frizzle.
But yeah, man, it was a good movie though. Like the little girl, she was at the beginning, you'll be like, okay, she lost her parents. She lost her mother. Her father was on dope and all this or whatever they said was on. And he couldn't. Well, he was an alcoholic. So they took the child from him, and she had to go to the grandmother. That was the story. When it started off, the grandmother was laying there, and she was standing over to the grandmother by them, like, okay, that must be the stepdaughter. She must have assassinated the grandma, right? And that's what I'm thinking. But all in reality, at the end, you find out that it wasn't her grandma. But this is the girl, Joanna. That's her. Her real name is Maggie in the movie, but she changed the name to Joanna because somebody fucked up, right? So in the movie, she meets her stepmom. It's her stepmom, Whitney, who was married to Joanna's father, Michael. And she had 2 kids, which was Brian and the little brother, who was Eric, right? So this movie got crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can kind of pick up what's going on as it go and start putting the pieces together, but by the time you put the pieces together, you're at the end, right? So the movie kicked off with she moving back in with her father. She having issues with the stepmother. And through one scene, the mother was walking, she was sleepwalking rather. She almost fell in the pool, but the husband jumped up and found her just in time before Joanna was about to throw Eric off the roof. But before she was about to throw his ass off the top of the roof, she had gave him some beer. And before she gave him some beer, she put something inside the beer. She was just talking to him while he just laying. He was laid out, like he was out, you know what I mean? Out. And yeah, she was about to toss his little ass down and kill him. And she seen thing about the pool, and she was like, oh, you know, so that ruined the plans. But before that, I'm skipping shit now. I'm all over the place. Before that, Eric had already caught her dropping the vessel with Whitney's mother in it in ashes. He dropped that, and then he seen her going into Whitney person shit. You know what I'm saying? So the boy was on to her, and she wanted to get rid of him because he was on to her. So she kind of made him pinky square that he won't tell anything. So the boy pretty much kept it secret to the end. Brian, this his name, right? Yeah, Brian. He got a best friend named, what's his name? Dante. Okay, Dante. Dante, the motherfucking man who didn't last long, right? But he had a crush on the girl. He said, hey, I got to go use the bathroom. He told him, look what your stepsister sent me. Then he went to the bathroom, but he was looking for the step, so he looked for Joanna. So he goes into Joanna's room, right? He goes in her room, then he was like, well, she's not in here. Let me go through her shit. So he going through her stuff, and he find a diary. He find the diary, and the diary, it don't show you what it said to the end. He was like, oh shit, I got to go tell Brian. By the time he turned the fuck around, she baseball bat his motherfucking ass. Woo! You know what I mean? Knocked his ass out, then took the iron, well, it looked like an iron, smashed, she smashed him up, you know what I'm saying? So he on the bed just covered in his own blood. Then she tell the boys, we finna go out. So she took the boys to the basketball court. In between that time, she took the body off and dumped it, but they ain't find the body till a few days later. So, but before then, her and the stepmother were getting into it. Stepmother called her friend, or she called her sister. She called her sister up, you know what I'm saying? And she was like telling her problems. Could I be concerned? Her sister like, hell yeah, you better be concerned. So she was like, well, talk to your husband for me. You know what I'm saying? Who was a cop, right? So she called her husband. He played the police. He dug into it. That's how they found out that her name is not Joanna. Her name is Maggie. So they're like, well, there's something wrong with that. There's something wrong. What's up, next level? How you doing? How you doing? They were like, man, it's something wrong. So the girl she was like, they catching on to me. Too much shit going on. They catching on to me. So what she did was, or what I thought she did, was put some drugs into the woman pills she was taking to Whitney, the stepmother. And Whitney was telling everybody, good night, telling everybody good night. And then she fell out in the bed. And Joanna took some blades off a shaver. She took some blades, split the woman's wrist while she was asleep. And went up to the son and said, you gonna talk to your moms for me? So Joanna really saved her life. You know what I'm saying? She could have just let her bleed to death. Then she went to the son like, oh, you gonna talk to your mom for me? Tell her that, she need to calm the fuck down. And the boy was like, yeah, let me go talk to her. So he went in the room, talked to his mom, and found her bleeding, called the police. They saved her just in time. Took her to the hospital. They found drugs in her system. So they tried to call her crazy, delusional. They gonna take the kids away. So her sister was like, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Her sister like, fuck no. I believe you. You my sister. Hell no. I ain't finna let them take your kids. I ain't finna let them take you to no insanity house. So I'm gonna go to your house, get the pill bottle, because her fingerprint should be on the bottle. In between times, she done talked to her husband. He playing like he don't know shit. But anyway, because he have told the story, like the wife died in this. Anyway, so Cassandra ended up getting some files from her husband who had files on the girl. And it showed where her mother didn't die from a car wreck. Her mother died because she was influenced off of drugs and wrecked somebody. You know what I'm saying? So the shit got kind of crazy. So she went to the house, right? Cassandra go to the house and her and Joanna get the, you know what I'm saying? Her and Joanna get the fighting. They fighting like a motherfucker. Joanna ends up tossing her ass over the fucking balcony. I thought she was dead. I thought she was dead, but she wasn't. So come to find out that the police come. He come looking for his wife. He knew she went over. He come, but she didn't. She should have waited on her wife. But she was. I don't need no man right now. You know what I'm saying? Huh? But we ain't gonna get into all that. But he came. Joanna bust him aside the back of the head. What's up, Chris? Man, welcome to the Dr. Frizzle channel. You know what I'm saying? We doing a little dissecting, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate you coming through. So she dragged their bodies in, then she called up Whitney and said, you got 2 minutes to get home, I'm going after your boys. So she was like, okay, bitch, you wanna play? So Whitney go home, she put on her clothes, she goes home, walk out the hospital, go home. And as soon as she walked through the door, Joanna was like trying to hit her with the needle, but before then, I keep missing. Before then, Joanna read the files and found out what really happened. Anyway, back to the story. They get to fighting. She stick with the needle. Unstable, put in unmovable condition. Her daddy finally come and he was like, look at the mess you made. So this is where we find out the daddy was influencing his daughter the whole fucking time. She was working for her daddy. And they did this shit like on the occasion. That's why they had to change her name, because they kept doing it and some shit fucked up. So he'll get his daughter to be adopted by old people, and they're off the old people and get the insurance money. That's what they were doing. So this time, Michael hit a lick. He married a rich woman. And once he married her, he set the plan up for his daughter to take all of them out, the whole fucking family, the kids too. So that he get home, he's like, shit, what the kids? She like, then you got to worry about them or something. He's like, yeah, we do. We got to off them too. You know, you said, I got to keep cleaning up your mess. So the daughter like just pissed off. Like, why did you tell me about this? He was like, tell you about what? That my mother didn't die in the car crash. She was the one that caused the crash because she was drugged up, and she was drugged up with your ingredients you use to drug up people. And the father was like, well, you know, blah, 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 but you know, I never hurt you. So she got the gun pointed at the other. Why did you kill her? You kill her. So they get to tumbling with the gun. And then, well, first it was like, you didn't unstabilize her for enough. She said, well, I saved enough for you. And then she stabbed the daddy with the medicine. Then they got to tumbling with the gun. Then Whitney crawled over to her sister bag, get her sister gun out her purse, and shoots a hole through the Michael back, and it went through him, through the daughter, right? So in the end, the girl was in critical condition. Michael escaped, and they kind of end the show.